welcome back to Lap of the World. I'm Richard, and it's humidity season in Tennessee. So I decided to take the show on the road today and film from the comfort of the air-conditioned cabin of the NSX rather than the still uninsulated garage. Now, summer in Tennessee means more than just muggy weather. It also means car show season. And car shows, for all their virtues, also mean having the occasionally awkward conversation that ends with someone saying something like, "Yeah, I totally tracked my car too, but..." So today we're going to have a little fun listing and debunking the top 5 excuses I've heard for why someone hasn't done a track day. Number 1. But I don't even have a sports car. How is that an excuse? I present Exhibit A, a 2009 Toyota Camry, possibly your grandmother's, painted in a fetching desert sand mica on Daytona International Speedway. Oh, what's that? You have 5 kids. Don't worry, I got you. Exhibit B, one Honda Odyssey on Road America, right alongside a gaggle of Integra Type Rs and NSXs. VTEC, yo. So yes, it's an excuse, and it's invalid. Number 2. Okay, so I have a sports car or an exotic, but it's too rare or expensive to risk on the track. Really? This, my friends, is a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. At full chat on the front straight of Pocono International Raceway, concrete on both sides, and sharing the track with things as pedestrian as an Aston Martin. That's not a kit car, folks. That is one of 36 in the world, chassis number 3769, and it's worth more money than you or I are likely to see in our entire lives. So, tell me again how your C5 Corvette is too rare or expensive to see a racetrack. Yes, I know, if you have a 250 GTO, you probably have billions of dollars in reserve to the extent that money is no object. Well, for those of us subsisting well below the 1%, there is still hope, in the form of Trackday insurance. This may be news to you, but it's very likely that the insurance policy you have for driving your car on the road will not cover an accident on the track. However, there are companies that will write you essentially a weekend policy covering damage to your car for non-competitive track events at reasonable rates. That, and there's always painter's tape. Excuse, invalid. Number 3. But Richard, track days are just too expensive. A day or weekend at the track can cost between $150 and $1,500 just for the entry fee. Figure on $100 in gas, an $80 hotel night if you're traveling, $20 for the souvenir t-shirt, and you're looking at about $350 being a cheap day at the track. Now, I'm with you. $350 is nothing to sneeze at. However, if you go out to lunch every day or have a latte and donut every morning, you might be spending more than that in a month just to poop at work. So you probably can afford it, you just have to choose to afford it. Economic excuse? Invalid. Number 4. Okay, fine. I have a sports car, I can buy Trackday insurance, I have stock in 3M, and I can give up my fancy coffee. But my car's just not ready. I still need to install my flux capacitor, tune my Samo flange, harmonically balance my ECU, lube my Canuter valve, change my blinker fluid, sharpen my windshield wipers. This is the classic. If I had a nickel for every time I heard something like this at a car show, I'd be filming this from the Route Napoleon in the Alps instead of back roads in West Knoxville. A brief aside here. If you have a functional car, and you even remotely think you might want to do something like track it or autocross it, the best advice I can give you is this. Temper your enthusiasm for mods until you've read the rules or regulations for a couple of organizations that you might run with. This Subaru, for example, has about everything done to it that one can do to a car. There's a ton of money and time there. However, there's also a good chance it might not pass safety tech at many track events. The roll cage is very pink, but does it meet code? Are the harnesses installed correctly? Are the seats and harnesses SFI or FIA rated? Does the car have nitrous or methanol bottles in the trunk? The wrong answer to any of those questions could cause a safety steward to raise an eyebrow, depending on the organization. Your car is minimum ready when it doesn't leak significantly, the battery is tied down, the OEM seats and seat belts are in good condition, your brake pads are new, and your tires aren't corded. Anything else is an excuse, and probably invalid. Number 5. This is the unspoken excuse. The one that no red-blooded gearhead would ever openly voice in front of an audience of hard parkers at a car show. It's that nagging question of, what if I suck? I don't want to take my hot car to the track and end up looking dumb because I'm bad at it. You mean like this guy, who was brave enough to take his $1 million Bugatti on the track and then off of it, sideways into the grass. Now, if that doesn't make you feel better about spinning your M3 or taking an agricultural excursion in your Miata, I'm not sure what will. Everyone starts somewhere, and if there exists a millennial-esque safe space for sucking at driving, it's at a track event with an instructor in the car who probably used to suck at driving, but through experience, practice, and education, got better. And who knows, you can do the same. Yeah, I know I said top 5, but this is number 6. I'm going to give an honorable mention to the one excuse that isn't. And that is, it's just not your thing. The rest of this list are typically phrases that follow someone implying that they want to track their car, but can't for some reason. If, on the other hand, you're not making excuses and it's just not something you want to do, that's perfectly fine. Goodness knows the world needs collectors and people who maintain their cars like pieces of art, preserving at least a few examples for future generations to admire, enjoy, or at least for the rest of us to look at to see what that part used to look like before we ruined it. And that is my lighthearted list of the 5 most common excuses I've heard for not getting on track. Thanks for watching. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to stay up to date. Until next time, I'm Richard, this is Lap of the World, and I'll see you in the next video, if not on the track. And there's always painter's tape.